In this video, we're going to look at how we use printing in Excel. Okay, so no matter if you're doing an exam or if you're doing an external accountant or whatever reason you're doing using spreadsheets, you're going to usually need to print something off, whether it's print it onto paper or print it as a PDF, as a digital copy. In an GCSE exam, you need to print all of your evidence and feedback and whatnot as an actual printed document on paper. If you submit it digitally for a piece of classwork, then you need to print that as a PDF. So you're going to have to be able to do a certain number of things to ensure that you can print things correctly. So if we take a little look at the question here, so print cells A1 to E16 showing values, ensuring that row and column headings are visible, all contents fit onto one portrait page wide, and all values are fully visible. So first things first, you need to be able to see everything. So if you've got like a cell that's like that, you can't see anything, you'd lose marks for that. And if you was giving that to a customer, they wouldn't be able to see it. So it's not very good. So I've got to print A1 to E16. So A1 through to E16 like that. So I can highlight the cells I want to print off. So I don't want any of this stuff, I just want this. So I can do Control P, or File and Print, and you can change what you want to print. So at the minute, this is the whole active sheet, so it's got all this stuff that I don't need. So what I can do is I can do entire workbook, active sheets, or selection. If I click selection, it just does what I've highlighted. I can look next, so it needs to be all contents fit onto one portrait page wide. So I can see here, page 1 of 1, so that's worked, and all values are visible, so I can see everything that is on there. So if I want to print to a printer, you can choose your printer from here. I don't have one on this computer. Or you can print to a PDF, which instead of coming out of a printer, it asks you to save it to what location you want to save it to. So that is printing initially. Now, I'm going to quickly do a formula because I want to show you one more thing. Say, I'm just going to let this out. So we've got, let's say it was just that time, so that was the formula. That's obviously not the formula for that question, but say that was. That's the answer. So when I print it, so I just do the same thing again, you can see I can see the values. Now if I want to show the formulas, there is a couple of different ways. So the way I always use is there is a key next to one and above tab, which has like 3 symbols on, so the pipe symbol and some others. If you hold Control and press that, it does formula view, it switches to formula view, so you can see it says my formula on there. So that I could highlight that and print. Now obviously in this case it wouldn't actually fit because it won't fit portrait because it's in formula view. Now the question says portrait, but it wants the value, so you wouldn't have to do this in that question. But say I want to change the orientation, I can go to landscape, I can change the size to A4, and if appropriate, you may also want to use scaling, where you can do fit one sheet on one page, and then it fits it all onto one page for you. So this one actually looks alright. If I printed that out, you'd be able to read it, and it'd be pretty useful. But sometimes if you've got a really big sheet and you try and fit to one page, it just doesn't work. It goes too small. It doesn't quite work. But going back to the actual question, we want to be on the normal view. Print. Portrait orientation, fit sheet on one page if needed. This one you might not actually need much scaling. See, there's no difference, and that has worked fine. So for the next question I've got, we need to hide rows 3 to 17 and print the spreadsheet showing formulas. So in this case, it needs to 3 to 17, so I'm getting rid of all this stuff now. Now to hide a cell, I can right click and I can hide. That gets rid of all them. And then I need to print the spreadsheet showing the formula, so just like that. Now if you don't know how to do the keyboard shortcut, what you can do is go to formulas and click this button here. So you've got normal view and then click show formulas, and that does the formula view, which I know there's no formulas here, but that's why it's made the columns larger. I then need to make sure all contents fit onto one landscape page wide, and we can see the formulas. So if I don't need to highlight anything here, I can print. Now, if I take our print selection to active sheets, go to landscape, fit the sheet on one page. You can see everything's there, and I'll be able to see everything. So that one's completed. Now the last question asks to show all cells and print the spreadsheet showing formulas. So I need to unhide, so I can highlight these from this left hand side here, right click and unhide, and they'll appear there. Now it wants to show row and column headings, so that means it wants to see these and these as well.